exercises tomorrow, next week another excuse. No, you can't have that if you're actually trying to build. You need to stress. No one wants to do that, but if you need to.
Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy A11, and we back again with Official Major World Online. I'm your boy, Mr. A11, not alone. And if you want to know, I'm alone. So Kuluma after the show. I'm with my boy here every Monday, you know. Deepo Mesh Michigan. How are you, brother?
The truth Michigan, man. Mr. Deepo Michigan for the young people, making sure everybody's on the rise every Monday between 3 and 5 o'clock. Thank you, everybody, for pulling through, making sure what is amazing. Amazing is unscripted and unlocked radio, right here on Official Major World, man. My weekend was standardized just to get to that point. Until it was on our level, it was amazing. My
weekend was beautiful, dog. It was amazing. And okay, before we can speak, since we're speaking about weekend, like there was a Rush Avengers. It's out. You know, like I'm one of those people who didn't go and watch Avengers.
Sure.
And you know, it said Mara, you know, Angzo, plastic surgery. But like at least I did like some, you know, productive stuff. You know, like Saturday, how in the studio. You know, it was very lit. Sunday, I decided to chill. I went to Soweto Theatre. Shout out to 7 Color Sunday. And
Soweto. Go there, but I haven't been.
Damn, bro. Like, you know how I felt, bro. I felt like, yo, like that's the plug, dog.
Yeah.
Like that's the future.
Serious.
Dog. I'm like these type of events. I thought they were only in April.
It's like a hood neighborhood market. So.
Dog. Exactly.
Sure.
Oh, bro, I was touched. I was like, nah. You know what? I can't be sleeping. I can't be sleeping once it's like this.
Sure.
How was your weekend?
Yo, man, my weekend I can standardize in Tanga until I went from Fringa, Saturday, Sunday. I think a lot of brainstorming that I can mention.
Yeah.
Like a lot of brainstorming regarding Tanga, where we at, where we're supposed to be, and where and even the person that we got vandaag like in the studio and got to cover with Kambani, and I'm happy with like he's a brother from Orlando West, man. P-Town in the building. Better realize, man.
In fact, I had good to say the great touch is coming today, and I had to pull my chino pants. I need to be, you know,
Gaga.
Compliments on my part. Did I try? Oh, out of 10. I should put the shoes in your hand now. Okay.
Based on simplicity, let's just give you an 8.
Sure.
That way. But I was a skill and until 8 out of 10. You're the best.
Sure.
Maria, but fair too.
We got the great Dutch in the stew.
How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm well. Sunborn,
yeah.
We can do a brother.
I'm overworked. I was working all throughout until yesterday around 8 p.m. Yeah, and then I didn't sleep since Friday. I only slept yesterday. 8, then I was up at 4, work, and then now I'm here.
You know what I love about those type of moments is what you know when you, well, in the beginning stages, and like in the beginning stage of in terms of like you wanting to become the person that you want to be, like those type of moments, you think of, why man? Why I'm finding this ban? Why was ban is doing things? I mean, I'm not doing things, but I'm still working so hard until. But those type of moments, when the fruits of your labor start like coming into fruition, when people ask you, like, how did you do it? You think about these days. It was that time when you know when everybody was asleep, when everybody was gallivanting. I mean, I was putting in the hard work. This is when very like why I'm driving this car, why am I meeting these type of people, why am I in these type of situations.
That's true. It's those moments that people don't see. And no one knows about. Only you when you're doing it.
Yeah, brother one.
And the struggle, it's also only on you at that time. It's those times actually that bring the colors to the flowers. No one knows about those things.
Yeah. I love that. I love that analogy, and like, it reminds me of something I was thinking about last week. I was like, because I wanna in the space that we at, like, as Official Major World, you know, featuring up and coming artists and all of that. Like, obviously there are those small constraints that we go through, be it money, be it your data issues, be it like how do they feel about it? Like they want the money to come in, not your passion and all that. But you know, for somebody who's less fortunate, that person thinks, I'm not destined for that, or that thing's gonna happen after 5 years, and all of that. And then somebody who lives in a more affluent house, that person is king. I still need to be like maybe Kim K. Like we're always wanting to be one better, but only to find out how like it's all about that situation that you're in right now and how are you able to mitigate that situation.
That's true. I've learned something actually, like a week back.
Yeah.
There's this guy who owns Alibaba. He's a billionaire. I think.
Yeah, Jack Ma.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. You know what he said?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm here right now, and I know you probably look at me and think, he's a billionaire, he sleeps well. But he was like, let me tell you something. I have more problems than all of you here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you're a billionaire or not. I have more problems than all of you. So it made me realize it doesn't matter what level you're at.
Yeah.
Everyone has a serious problem to him or her, and it matters. It can either kill, it can either make that person live or die.
Yeah.
So everyone's problem is as serious as it gets.
Yeah.
No one is. It doesn't matter about the level whatsoever.
Think like you know that, ne? And like we've been talking about this like for the past week. Good, like you know what, depression, anxiety, and stress, and just like natural like problems that people have. They don't go about if you're rich or if you're poor, you know, because like I believe like you can be rich, like you can because check this, ne? People thing is they don't know what they want. That's the thing. That's the problem of why everyone is suffering. Because now, what you deprived of, it becomes the highest like something that you want, like for real. Like now, if you want to be a designer, like the only problem is like, damn, how am I gonna get there? But like once you got there, it doesn't feel for you. Like now you can't just sit and be like, okay, cool, now I'm happy. Like there's always something that's gonna bother you. There's always something that's gonna bother you. And like you know why?
You know why it's that? It's because you're alive.
Yeah, it's life.
And
It's something that has to happen.
Like I can't do shit. You did.
Yeah.
And that is a problem.
True. That's why like they say good see, like when you're still in the bottom, like you must make sure good see you enjoy everything that you're going through, because like once you get there, like that's the end of life. You feel me? Because like now you can buy it, like you don't have to work, because like now at least you can keep yourself busy with like finding a problem and trying to find a solution for it. But then once you're there, like dog, I don't know, because like what be stressing you? Taxes.
Well, yeah. What's the thing? I wanna like our biggest issue now. Our biggest issue is like self-fulfillment and well, because I remember I mentioned this to the homies. I was like, you know what, the difference between there's no difference between a million and a billionaire in terms of what you can afford. You can afford more or less the same thing, be it Armani suits, be it going to Dubai, all of that. You can more or less afford the same things. The only difference is that like the amount of hunger that you have. So the more you reach those peaks, like the hunger that you're supposed to have, that's going to show like, yeah, I'm gonna become a millionaire or a billionaire or something other than that. Because there's certain people who are as happy as billionaires, but they live in the jungle.
That's true. I feel like the problem is, if the only way this works best for anyone to actually feel fulfilled in the world, it's when you are connected to your purpose in a sense. Because you could have millions. I mean, the rich kids are literally dying of depression. They have the money, that's not a problem. The parents have trust funds with backings of other trust funds, but it's not enough.
Still suffering.
You get what I'm saying? They're suffering emotionally or in other ways that we would never know.
Yeah, brother.
So, and they're not connected to their true purpose in life, because it doesn't matter how much when you're connected to your purpose, you feel alive. It makes you want to wake up and actually go do what you do at that point. And there's nothing that's better than that. It doesn't get better than that.
Real talk. And tell me about that moment, because everybody who's successful or is doing things in life, like they had that awakening where I was like, ish, from now on, this is my purpose. Like, so when did that happen? And how did you feel after that? Because like obviously there's an element of starting to get into new habits to assist you to get there.
Okay, I would say actually it's all about courage. Everything, guys, to be successful, it takes courage. To be alive, it takes courage. Just to be alive, let's start there, because a lot of people are giving up on that even. So this is how it started. I grew up in Mpumalanga actually. I'm from Soweto, Epheni, like where Chiefs Pumakon. However, I did my grade 1, 2, 3, and then I left. I went to MP. That's why I was looking after my grandfather's cattle and everything. I'm a farm boy by
Hello.
I was farming with cows, everything.
Sure.
You know, I was literally traveling miles and miles to go to school, like bare feet, like it wasn't nice. You get what I'm saying? So anything I'm doing right now, it's not what people see right now. It's literally, there's way too much behind it that no one knows about.
Yeah.
So I came back to Soweto to do my grade 10, 11, 12.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And then I went to UJ. So when I was in MP, something happened in grade 5. In grade 5 when I was there, the teacher was like, who's the highest paid? What's the highest paying job? You get what I'm saying? So being kids and not having much, when that question arose and everyone was starting to list, she said, the teacher listed the president as the highest paid. That was the first person. And the second was a doctor, then it was a lawyer, and then everyone else followed. So like, okay, I need to make a lot of money. I want to get paid.
Yeah, brother.
And there's no way I'm going to be a president. Of course, I literally don't want to be that. So, okay, I'll be a doctor. Because that's the second highest paid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And this is grade 5?
That's grade 5.
Yeah.
So, okay, that makes me want to fall into math, science, right? Okay, so we do that all the way to high school. All the way to high school. Okay, went to varsity. Okay, I didn't get good grades. I literally had sleepless nights trying to get maths right, guys. Like, lots, I still couldn't because I'm just not good at it. It's not in me. So, okay, fair enough. I got like 60% in my matric. That's not good enough for a doctor. We all know that. Life sciences, I still got a 60 there. That's not good enough still for a doctor. So like, okay, let me go to UJ. I'll teach maths and life sciences. I went to UJ, applied for that. I did teaching in UJ, maths sciences, 4 years. And then while I was still there, it bugged me because I knew there's no way in the world I could be the best teacher because I don't love this thing. It's not in me. I don't want to wake up and go teach kids all the time. I don't like it. I don't like maths, but I'm studying and I'm teaching. I don't like that. And I'm not connected to anything with that said. That means I'm not connected to my papers. It doesn't make me feel alive. But fashion did somehow. If I was, like, there were times when I was writing a life science test at UJ, but I would actually be doing my research and reading everything about fashion instead of studying what I'm writing about tomorrow. And I was working at Santin at that time, having degree as a stylist. So those are the things that made me feel like feel like I was connected to the world and what I want to do.
Yeah, brother.
And then after that, what happened was working at Santin. I realized it wasn't enough. Because now I had to take it back and connect it to my family, how they live it.
Sure, bro.
And what I realized was my father lost his job like 6 years ago. However, when they closed the company, he didn't get anything out of it, right? So I was like, why was that? Why did it happen? It's simple. He could have gotten something out of it if he owned the company, right? But because he doesn't, literally, it doesn't matter what he gets. So I'm like, okay. If ever I'm going to create something that's meaningful to me, it has to be two things. I have to get a work, and then I have to actually do my purpose. Something that actually gives me purpose. And what would that be right now? So what I'm trying to build right now, it's simple. If you go back to the hood right now, where we're from, there's no hope. I literally see like children with uniforms, young, old, but I don't see hope in any of them.
They're just living.
There's no hope. So what does this mean? And not all of them will actually leave the hood and come to UJ or make it here. You get what I'm saying? So now there's a gap. We need to find a way to take everything that we know and put it in the hood.
And you know what I love about that story that you just mentioned is that, you know what, like you had that awakening, but that awakening happened in terms of steps and also aligning those steps. So like, let's just say, for example, like you have that realization, okay, Pops has lost his job, and you also understand like the situation of where he's from, and imagine if you followed suit. Like because you know, obviously as us generationally it's kabategile vele and so hence vele the situation in the hood and all of that. But I like how you said, okay, not me, and What started the love for fashion in initial stages? Was, as you say, you come from Makaya for.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. I didn't have no background around that. I didn't like. Back in MP, guys, literally, there's nothing except the cattle and everything, and what you're told at school. Hey, semi-plazing straight.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pump good game.
Okay.
Yeah. So the thing is, Mausemakaya, the only thing you see, it's farming and the cows, right?
Yeah.
That's it. And then what they tell you in school.
It becomes a reality.
That's a reality, nothing else. There's nothing about fashion whatsoever. It doesn't live there.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. There was no even newspapers that you could read and see something different. My reality was one thing. You wake up, you farm, you go get inkuns or basa, you do everything, the chores, that was it, and then you go to school.
In the milk also, like...
Yes, I woke up saying
real.
I did all of that. So that's a reality. So coming back to Joburg, what happened was when my brother went to his tertiary, he went to Tempe here in Brown. He was also from Soweto. He grew up in Soweto like all through.
Okay.
And then when he got there, he got exposed. Because that's another important thing.
Ish.
Exposure is everything. He got exposed to fashion. Gas, because that's not... It's changing now, of course. It's not the same. Yes. When he got there, that was the first time he actually thought, okay, I can actually go and shop in Santi. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Mosekasi, you aspire to shop where it was.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yes. And then when he got to Tamilin, he realized, okay, the taste is not the same. When you're in Santin, what is in Santin? It's not here in Joburg. And that's a different taste of fashion and a level. It's a whole new thing. So he went there and then he actually started buying things that didn't make sense to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, this is different. I've never seen anything like that. That time, the Platinum Group was still booming. Your Akajo, Urban Degree, and all of that. He came with those stuff. And that gave me an exposure, actually. It made me different. Because when I went to UJ first year, I wasn't dressing like anyone there. I was already odd because of his influence.
Yeah.
I was already odd. However, being at UJ, it gave me one thing, which is I didn't have it in Soweto. Like maximum exposure in terms of what the internet. Because that's when I actually started doing my research and actually fell into deep with this fashion thing.
Sure, brother.
Yes.
You know, what I'm getting is like, you know, earlier on we were talking about living out your true nature, like, or what you're supposed to be, you know, because like I know that like every human being in the world, when you were born, you were born with intuition, you were born with your talent, which they call a talent, you know. So being a creative, the thing is, you can't run away from it if you're a creative, because like, like getting your story, like from where you come from. What I know is early traumatic events. They force you to be creative in life, because now you have to grow up finding yourself creatively in the world, because like now you have to, because now you have a problem. That's why the most creative people in the world, if you can check their story, they all come from fucked up backgrounds. Because like now you were forced to figure out shit, and like you have this problem already that damn, family is living like this is this, like my mother passed away, you know, like all those things, like you just, by the time you you hit adulthood, even working for like just the restaurant, after time there's always that thing inside you that's gonna kill you, like this is not you. Doing something that you don't like is not you. Like that's what I've been like experiencing with myself, you know. Like I can't actually, like I should be doing my purpose actually, you know, because like
what I've learned, you know, everything you've done has brought you here.
Yeah.
Where you are. And what you're gonna do now, it has to take you to the next level, which is you decide where it is.
Where
but I've realized, me growing up in MP, having my brothers live here in Soweto, 2 of them are older than me.
Yeah.
In a sense, educational wise and with being aware with what happens in the city, they were smart. You get what I'm saying? Because it goes really faster than what happens in MP. Everything is forward, everything there it's backward. So what I had was hard times. What happened with me is that taught me patience and actually resilience to actually say, it doesn't end to no.
Yeah.
It doesn't end there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that, I have this strong thing, like, as a human being, I'm way too stronger than them right now.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing literally that could force me to give up in any situation.
Yeah.
That's what it gave me. Growing up, like, all the hardship that I went through, it actually made me realize I could come out, I could overcome any of those things that I'm going through.
Mm.
So it's stronger in me. That sense of feeling, it's stronger than it is to them, because it wasn't that hard for them growing up here.
Yeah.
This is the thing, yeah.
The hunger and everything, because I've seen it. Like, I know where I was when I was dreaming about getting back to Joburg. It wasn't easy that I had to dream about getting back here.
Yeah.
So when I got here, I needed to fuck shit up.
Yeah. Because you need to be like the best. That's the thing. Because like now,
because I carry a lot, behind my back.
Yeah.
A lot.
And like I'm checking your gallery, like your content, the way like you visualize. Like there's this picture you took, man, and like literally you just put it like lemons around you. I'm like, you know, for a normal person, it'd be like, what's that? But then like you an artist, like you showing people how to see. Like there's things that you feel that you get to create that someone normal wouldn't even like. So I can see that you tapped in that zone, like your creative level is very. I was like inspired. Checking your Instagram was like, alright.
I feel like my creative energy comes from like the God level.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the God level. It's that inner you, the kid. Remember the kid in you?
Yeah.
The one that grew up actually believed everything was possible. Remember that kid in you that when you grew up and you were playing with those small Ferraris, if you had that, because we didn't have it, it made you believe you will have that when you're old. Remember that kid?
Yeah.
I always go back to that kid and create from that level of what he would have wanted to do.
But then
when no one can say no to me right now.
But then
you get what I'm saying? Because as a kid, when you create or trying to do something, when you're trying to play,
everything's possible.
No, everything you think and you feel that everything is possible. However, the people who are older, they tell you no.
Yeah. I want to get to that.
Yes, you don't do this. You don't do that.
Yeah.
So now that I'm at this age, I can do that without someone saying no. So let me go back to that kid and do it as that kid would have done it. So that's what brings up my level of creativity. And that's how it comes off. So it's just a kid all over my Instagram. You seeing a kid
playing around.
Playing, exactly. That's why I see me on top of a car, on top of a building. What am I doing?
I'm
on top of a roof.
Kumikatsu, like this is what a kid would do.
Yes.
But like, you know, the government has been doing a very good job by crushing creative people with school and everything, you know.
Yeah, our society is built on that.
You know,
destroying
So like, I want to go to like when like, how did you manage to? Cause like for you to realize that kid again, that means you need to unlearn everything you've learned. Cause checking from you,
that's true. Yeah,
like
that's so true.
You went to school and then you still went to varsity. Like for a lot of people, they were after matric, they were like, nah, fuck this, I'm pushing my own thing. But then you still got more information, you know, like cause the more, but they say the more you go to school, cause like actually if you go to school 12 years and then you take another 9 years fully and become a doctor, that means like you literally becomes an intelligent fool, you know. So like you don't believe anything that comes from you. You know information, you know facts, you know opinions, you know. So your mind is already clustered with a lot of information. So how did you come to a point of like
this is it.
Like without even having fear, because sometimes you check with the situation in clean. I have to make quick money. I need to eat. I need to, you know. But like you are like, nah, fuck, I'm gonna do this.
So that's hard. It's like that's gonna affect everything around you.
That's relationships.
It has to. It will. You have to get to that point. So what happened with me was when I went to varsity, right? I already said I was studying teaching. I was doing maths and life sciences, and I didn't love those things.
Yeah.
Deep down, I knew that. But what I'm grateful for those years, for those 4 years at UJ was they actually gave me a maximum exposure and infrastructure for me to do the concrete research of what I wanted to do, because I didn't have that back in the hood. So UJ had internet, right? I could do research on whatever skill that I wanted to do, and I did that instead of actually studying the things I was supposed to do. So that kind of built up but by second year I already knew I was never going to do that, but I still stayed 4 years to actually continue doing the research on the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, and then as soon as I was done with that, and then we have the parents now. You went to school, right?
It's been good.
Yes, where's the money where's over there? So what I did, I started a business. I have a food business that I operate in neighborhoods. So I have, it's actually two, which is, we started with my brothers, two brothers, Lizo and Viva. So what happened was, we started a food business and accessories.
Yeah.
So we sold those things at the market, as well as online. So what, the food, you'll find me at Fourways every Sunday selling food.
Yeah, Fourways Market,
Yes. And then a neighborhoods, we're selling accessories there. So that's work. There's work, there's passion, you have to balance those two. The most important part of those two to me or us was to own all of it, not front. You have to work both of them, and you have to work hard at both of them to grow them, maintain them. Actually, they have to grow. So my work, it's food. That's when I slave. But we still own it. That's important.
So how did it start, like the food thing? Like what did, like you started? Where did you get the funding for?
Okay, now we did it on our own pockets, brother. We just did it on our own. But cooking, in sense, as kids, our mom used to, like, she made us cook. She didn't ask or like she made us cook, so we learned from that. So the cooking is, we started, as much as I was working at Urban Degree, my brother was working for another guy called Murikai, was working at Shabwa. So those actually gave us experience to run businesses and all of that. Because I saw how they ran our business in Santin, the Urban Degree guys, because I work for them. So we're learning how to run business through them. At the same time, we need to start something of our own, because we don't want what happened to our parents to happen to us and our kids. By 35, I shouldn't be working. I should actually be chilling. And my kids don't have to ever worry about where they're going to get a job. It's important. So that's the food business. And then we have the fashion side. Now we get to collaborate with global brands. You get Jameson Straight coming here from Ireland to actually talk to me. You get your TM Lewin straight from the UK to come to talk to me. It ain't about, the name of the brand _SA. It doesn't happen like that. The global brands talk to us, and then they get what we want through the local brands. That's at the level, that's the level of creation. That's the level of our creation. It's at that point now. If you look, like, the way my work is, if you look at my Instagram, it's not actually local. It doesn't make sense, a lot of local.
Yeah, but I don't like you a cheese boy for some I'm like,
like, even if, like, the way it's created and curated, the quality in it, it's not local. I have lots of international people and brands behind my brand, more than I have in South Africa.
Seriously?
Yes. They don't like, I feel like South Africans are basemuva in a sense. They don't understand my work yet. Are those people gonna wake up in 5 years? Who the fuck is this? Where has he been? I've been there, but you couldn't relate. They can't relate to me.
On the job.
Yeah, because of what I do. And I want it to be at that level, accommodate the standard. No, it has to go way, 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 way up.
And the thing is that, like, you also still sell, so you're still pushing the passion, even though, like, you are mingling with the right people. So it's a concept of, like, you see, like, what Jeff
that's the balance. Yes, that's where the balance comes in. Because if the international brand is gonna come drop 100,000, and then we don't get jobs from that, after that time, the food actually manages to cover all the other expenses until something else comes out. So it's a balance. You have to find a balance. I said, do your work and do your passion. Both of them, they have to balance each other. And do them both equally as good, because you don't know which one is going to succeed first. And pray that they both succeed. Then you will never feel out of space, or you'll always be connected to your purpose in that sense.
And tell me about when you started pushing the businesses with your family. Like, Are you one of those people who can say, you know what, like my story is different regarding working with family? Like, has it been the best situation for you in terms of plugging your family and working in tandem regarding the food and also the steez?
Okay. I find that, you know, in life there's balances.
Yeah.
What you focus on tends to be more productive and successful. What you focus on mostly. Because with family, this is where my father comes in and my mother. With family, they've done the greatest job in actually raising us and getting us to love one another and support one another in any situation.
Yeah.
They did the greatest job in that. Like growing up, we never fought. No one was allowed to hit someone else. There was no swearing in the house.
Seriously.
Till today. When my parents say something, we still jump and go do that. So you get what I'm saying? Their focus in raising us was so powerful that they were there all the time. We would do something wrong and we think they won't find out. They knew. So them being there and actually creating that environment that we have to love one another, support one another, it makes it easy for us to work together. There's no fights. We just support one another in all time. So then they might not be rich, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's two types of rich.
Yeah.
Family, my parents are rich as fuck.
Yeah.
In terms of actually having the right principles instilled within their children. They've literally succeeded beyond my imagination. I don't even think I reached the level that they've reached. Because I'm more focused on the business and actually trying to grow them. You see, my father didn't have the time to focus on building and actually making money, but he had time to actually focus on his family and make sure that they know where they're from, they know their cultures, and they love one another, and they go to church, they do all of those stuff righteously.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that level, hands down.
Do you have a significant other, my brother? I mean, like the confidence, you know, and I don't know. I'm sure like those ladies listening, like, oh, what's this guy? Available, unavailable. I'm just asking out of the blue, cause like when you know, I'm gonna elaborate on my question.
Yeah.
Thing is like, I feel like a lot of people, when you know yourself, to the core, it's hard to
intimidate
to be in a relationship, you know, cause a lot of people just come like in relationship for a lot of things. It's like for you, when you just, cause like you focused on the business, I can tell, you know.
Yes.
So like,
you know self.
You know yourself, and like someone who's gonna come to you and is like, oh, infinite cards, and like, how do you balance that? How you gonna, like, with that attitude? I'm like, girls, like, I don't think you pass, you know.
That's a very good question. Because you're right, actually. You know, if you know who you are, then you know who you know.
Heat.
No one can come to you and actually
intimidate you,
give you a new personality that you have to live by, in a sense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to relationship, I feel like it's easy. It's knowledge. People need to learn. And I feel like people jump into actually trying to know you before they know
themselves. That's the problem,
And that becomes a problem. You actually have to sit down and know yourself. It's important, guys. Because, you know, with major fights and all of that, people are always looking across, like, she did that, or he did that.
It's always you.
Yes. No one actually takes time and like, okay, I'm an emotional person. That's a problem. I don't listen. And the things I do to this person, I wouldn't like them to be done to me. No one actually takes time to actually learn about themselves. I've learned all of those stuff over the years by actually sitting across, observing myself more than I observe the person.
So,
because relationship is two ways. What you have to be willing to give as good as you get.
But then, do you have any significant other? That's a question.
I
do. Shout out.
Shout out to the
Shout out. Mara, again, elaborating it since we're talking about relationships, since it's unscripted radio.
Yeah.
Again,
memorizations of league, baby.
I mean, like, knowing thyself and finding the right energy for you. It's because sometimes, if you know yourself and you get in a relationship with someone that doesn't know themselves, it's always a problem with it. I don't know, like for you, if you concentrate yourself, I feel like it's gonna be annoying. You feel me? Because like the other person won't understand where you are.
Because it's easy. That's the thing. Like, you know what? There's things, guys. There's things you don't have to force. Like, you can't literally force, you know, a donkey to drink water. You don't have to do that. For example, I feel like a guy going in a relationship has to ask himself 2 questions. Now, what type of a lady am I looking for?
Yeah.
Right? If you're gonna have all those qualities, 10 of them down, for example, and then you need to ask yourself as a guy, what type of a guy should I become for me to actually have this lady before just actually running to get that person? Yeah.
That way.
Yeah.
Because if you could solve that part of you becoming that guy who can actually attract that woman and do those things, those qualities automatically come out of this woman. Those qualities that you said you wanted from her. So I feel like most of the work in relationships has to be done, you know, by a person, to himself.
And like they say, like do you know the saying, like everyone shows like who you are actually. Okay, how did I get this? Like I got in there like a quarrel with some person, you know. This guy. So like I go to someone else, I tell them, Muti, nah, you know, this guy was rude and blah 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 blah. And like the guy was like, you know what, in life, one thing you have to understand is how people behave to you. It resembles who you are or what you're capable of. So if someone is being rude to you, that's actually what you can do, or that's actually you. You feel me? Because like
it could be energy that's coming from you.
There's energy that's coming. Exactly. You know. So like sometimes you have to understand, Guti, since we divine, it's divine oneness. Like we all connected. So like, you know, just saying that, I'm like,
I feel like it's easy. Like, you know, with people, to deal with people actually. Like, there are crazy people out there. People are gonna come and poke you out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So now the question becomes, pause. What is it that's important? And what is it that it's worth it?
What would I do?
Yes. For example, last year, December, we had Val. Some guy drank out of nowhere. He came, there's like 6 of us. Like, I roll with my boys, like, they're huge and all that. He came, he spoke sense and actually speaking as if he could actually... But now the question is, like, okay, let's say now we beat this guy up and then, now what? Was it worth it? Like, for what? Like, literally, now what? After that, like, was it worth it? What did I gain out of it? Do I feel like I'm super... No! If energy, like, preserve your energy, guys. Only focusing on where it matters.
And at least have the right friends who didn't even instigate.
We all look at him like, okay, another one.
Let it pass.
Yeah, like no one actually gave a, like no one literally gave a fuck about that guy. Like it was as if he's talking alone and we were just here. Minding our own business because we didn't come here for this. So why bother?
Bad blood. Bad blood. You know, must everybody like people must do this more regularly. Is that like talking to self is more or less like when you're praying. Like I like that point you were saying. You know what? Like your creativity comes from within and so. And when you're praying, obviously the idea is like, oh, there's this guy that you've never seen but you believe in. But only to find out that at the end of the day, those tasks that need to be done, they should be done by you.
Yeah, it's you, bro. Because, for example, let's say I go to a club today, someone pokes me, the next thing we fight, okay, how many weeks have I wasted already on that, being in a hospital, money and all of that? Oh, young Shawn keep on mazing. Oh, Siala, Upumilish or something. Now there's a whole lot of shit that's gonna pile up.
Escalation.
The police, the family, it stresses everyone. If you can avoid that, why not?
And in terms of like music, man, like is there a specific song or a specific genre of music like that always keeps you going then?
That's the most important part. I feel like I get most of my inspiration from music. If you're gonna listen to music, it's best you listen to something that actually makes you come alive. It's important. Like I literally listen to hip hop mostly, and then I listen to gospel, and then I listen to soul.
But my Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah, exactly. Those things are actually. You know, I feel like you still need to connect with who you are.
And
if you're gonna grow as a person, those are the things that we make most mistake in. We need to try to grow like mentally. and then financially, and then as well as emotionally.
Spiritually,
Spiritually. So we connected. You cannot try to grow one side.
Yeah.
That is why you're gonna
People
find
are
yourself in a
suffering,
relationship where you want someone to be what you want, not who they are.
Ish.
And like that's another thing I would say, like as we were speaking earlier on, would say, despite you rich, despite you poor, you're always gonna suffer. It's because of there's no balance. Human beings is
someone
like
is strong only on one side.
Yeah.
The left doesn't
just-
even work. Yeah.
Cause thing is, no, again, it's the way the system it made us think. Cause like now, we have to understand, Guti. Cause we come to this world, ne?
Yeah.
Like any animal comes to this world. So the purpose, what you have to do to this world, ne? You have to experience life. But then with us human beings, by the time you grow, you were born, already everything for you, it's planned out. You're gonna go to school, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. So we grow thinking, Guti, we have to accumulate something.
Yeah.
So like we're always drifting away from who we are. Cause like you want that iPhone, no, A60 Pumila, you want. But then you get to a point, Guti, okay, I have all of this. Mara, why don't I feel whole? You know,
Yeah.
she's like, cause now you have to come back and like forget, Guti. You know, everything that's happening is just illusion. It's just creating like God gave us this space to experience. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, what the best thing you can do is enjoy. Cause like the thing is, again, how white people are suffering is when things are not going your way, you're suffering.
Yeah.
When things are going your way, you're happy. Like you have to pick a side. Like pick a side. It's either you're gonna be happy wire, or you're gonna be sad wire.
Nakong, you're not even happy even when things come your way because you're still reflecting on like
What happened?
is this supposed to be me?
Yeah, which is
I feel like our society was built on employment in a sense.
yeah.
Like the whole society, like as much as they're saying you have to go to school, out of school you need to go to work or varsity and go
Yeah.
to work, which it's pointless at sometimes.
Yeah.
Because when I grew up in school, there were kids who were so funny at telling jokes. Literally, they made the whole school laugh,
Yeah.
but no one actually supported or tried to focus on that talent and grew it and make them as good as about Trevor they've gotten about Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the talents, the gift are always left out when it comes to schooling. That is the problem. So that makes us not to connect with who we are. And we can't grow on those levels and actually manifest our gifts and grow within that space. That is the problem. If there's something we need to do, I'm worried about the kids who are also being taught the way we were taught right now. You go to school, you do shit that you ain't connected with, that you're never going to use in
It's
life.
only gonna depress you more.
On the real.
And like
Exactly.
I had like schools, mostly public schools.
Yeah.
They're actually all public schools. The reason why they were created for workers' kids to be obedient workers. Because like when they came this side, they okay, these guys are hardworking. They listen to us, but then they're not obedient. So that's why you find go to in a public school. You go to there's like deep private schools where kids when they learn in a round table. Like that changes your mind. Go see, okay, I can be a businessman. Like now we're not separated. We like everything goes smoothly. You go to a public school, one desk like this. You feel me? So you look in there that way. It's like a fam.
Sure.
You listen to there's a bell that's gonna ring. That's a bell. That's a fam bell. There's a time. There's everything. You feel me? Like now they crushing what they know. Would see you can benefit with, which is like your art, your creativity. But then that comes a question again. Would see. So, like now, you feel like okay, there's this huge gap between where you are and where you come from now.
Yes.
So like now you make all this money, and then you go back to the hood and teach these kids about like there's more than just what's happening. But then now these kids, because now they're smart, what happens is they grow, they become artists.
Yeah.
But then like now the thing is the community or we live in a world where artists and people who are working, like it's if you can check it, it'd be like artists, the population of artists is small, but then it's equal. As much as there's artists, there's people who are working for the following the law and all that.
Yes.
But then now these kids grow and they, let's say everyone finds their talent. They start drawing, they start singing, now the community can support all of them. Because like one thing about art is only one gets there, and the one that gets there first takes everything. You feel me? This is the way we feel. Yeah. So like the one that gets there first takes everything. So when they take everything, the one that's after him, number 2, takes 50% of what he took. Number 3 takes 50% of what. That's how you find there's a majority of talented people. There's like 80 million songs dropped every day, but then 7 million of them, they're not even downloaded. You find Gucci, Drake takes everything, Casper takes everything, but like now for the kids in the hood, they can get anything, you know. And like you can't blame the people Gucci, they're not supporting. They want to support, you know, but then you can't support everyone that's gonna come out. You feel me? So that's how I feel, Gucci. You can teach them, you know, but like how are the chances of them making a living out of that? Because now the competition is very high. Like how do we fix that?
That's a very good question and point to actually make.
Yeah.
That's very important. But I can say you can only hope that your gifts and talent are gonna make a way for you.
Okay.
To the
Goes
world.
back to an individual.
Yes.
Okay.
Because as talented as you may be, there's someone who's not talented who's working 3 times harder than you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's the same thing. I'm in a fashion space, so I work with photographers.
Yeah.
If you're looking what happens in photography these days, people confuse photographers' talent with popularity. By that I mean a photographer who gets to shoot most celebrities is seen as a good photographer.
Okay.
And then the photographer who's actually
Good and was
at
born
what
for
he
that.
does
Yeah.
doesn't have access to the celebrities
Yeah.
is not appreciated. They're not seeing the work.
Yeah.
And then now what? The question is now what? It goes back to one thing. It's him. It's the photographer. It's the photographer. He or she is responsible to take his work out to make sure it reaches everyone that he or she wants to reach.
So you can't point.
It's on him.
Yeah.
It's on him. It's on you. Whatever you wanna do, if you wanna get it out, it's on it. It's all on you. You have to do it. You have to take ownership and the responsibility of getting it out yourself.
Yeah.
You need to do the research. You need to actually go deep. You need to go in the streets. Do it yourself. Now we know Imofa who went to the streets and did it himself.
Yeah.
He was getting it out himself.
Yeah.
Not that we don't know that he was a celebrity before he brought it, but for it to be known, he still had to go down and do it himself to sell it in the cars. You get what I'm saying? So, as a photographer, as a musician, as an artist, whatsoever, it's still on you to actually get your work out. It's all on you.
So you should forget about everyone else, like all the competition, and just focus on
Exactly.
your
What you do, what you have to do. This is important. What you have, guys, there's someone always watching. You have to know that. There's someone always watching or listening. The best thing you can do for yourself is to try by all means to do what you did best yesterday.
Yeah.
You have to try to
times.
beat that.
Times.
What you did yesterday, you have to do it better tomorrow. If I take a dope picture and like, this is the picture of the year, and I feel like that, I'm dead. Means I'm dying inside. If I don't think I can take a better picture than I did yesterday, that means I'm dead. Like, if you ever feel like what you did today was your best job, that you just died. Because you need to do better. For you to actually go forward, yes, you need to do better.
That way, they're true. Like, let's be sure people already sleep at the same time. No one we're relaxed and so on. Let's make sure like people hit us out, man. Official Major World. It's a hashtag every Monday between 3 and 5 o'clock, man. Hit us up Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook Official Major World with no spaces. Instagram is official.major world and Twitter is official major W1. YouTube is also a hashtag, man. Make sure push the hashtag. We got the great Dutch in the stew, baby. Hello, better recognize, better realize. Mr. A11 in the stew also.
Taki, my face. You had the first half with Mr. The great with you, my face. I don't know. I don't even want to play songs. Like I just want to speak the whole show, Mara. You know, this season C. This season C.
Let's push the other cats, man. Shabo my throwback vandaag. We're playing Etho. Step, baby. Hello. Booyah.
Yeah. I was listening. I don't know when you listening to. Do you say you read a book or you had a book? I mean, like.
It's the same as reading. When you're listening to
I know the book.
Okay. I was listening. Okay, I was reading a book, an interview with the devil. I don't know if you know him, Napoleon Hill. You know, he's the one that.
The man, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that wrote the Mind Power book and. Yeah, and like what I discovered about the interview with the devil. Yo, like so many creepy things. Like the devil, actually, he's not like the devil that they portray. You know, the man with horns, the ugly. The devil is a mind.
Yes.
It's what they created like long time like to keep people frightened and all that, you know. And like what you're saying is if when you stop aspiring for what you love, what you don't want automatically comes. And that's what they're speaking about in that book. They say it's like if let's say you know that you should be doing something. Let's say you're an artist. If you're not writing, it's if you're not writing or doing something that's related to what you love, you automatically adopting negative habits.
Yeah, not to do it.
Not to do it.
Yes.
So like now you're replacing it with things that you don't really need. And actually the devil, because they were interviewing, like he was speaking for himself, and like he says that's why I come in, you know. So from school, like school is part of the devil, you know. Did you know that? Like okay, you know okay, what he said specifically on the book. He said like when they introduced school, they introduced church.
Yeah.
And the reason is because of they saw like human beings, they would see we're just creatures.
We need to believe.
You know, we need to believe we just creatures that has so much power in them, you know.
Yeah.
So like what they wanted to put us in a uniform way. So like that's what he said, like when they school can do you good if really your nature of existence is like to help people. Maybe you want to become a doctor. It's going to give you the information that's needed. It's going to give you what's needed really to be there. But then school, it becomes the devil. How you start waking up like now, oh damn, I should be doing this. But
and
then
people have problem with that.
you feel me?
Once you woke, being woke is
it's depressing. Yo, dog. Because like you're aware with everything.
Dangerous.
Damn.
It's not like, you know, it's the same thing with Kanye. Kanye West. Like, he's a woke person. That's dangerous too. Because everyone is against that. People don't want you to take in a different direction.
Yeah.
And for you to be actually who you are, you need to do that.
To take because you need to unlearn.
Yeah, you can't follow all the, like, you know, society's built on following that. That's why, as you're saying, we have uniforms and all. They want us to follow everything.
You're killing the character. They know that we have characters, not naturally.
So you have to have courage. You have to be brave to actually stand out and like, no, I'm going that side. And actually go with all the noise behind you and still go.
And the funny part is when you're done, because when you start saying, they're like, are you crazy? You know, how can you do that? And then when you're done, oh, he's a visionary.
Yes.
Now everyone wants to hear your story. I'm like, I was like, it's the life. But then
I like that. I like that. That's actually
true. That's true.
I feel like every success story gets to that point.
Yeah.
When you start, everyone will laugh at you. People will laugh at you, and they will shame you. Like, they will make you feel like worthless.
Yeah.
The question is, are you brave? Do you have courage to stand all of it?
To hold on until you get what you want.
Yes, that's because when you have it, there's two feelings. Yeah. They all want to know about how did you do it.
Yeah.
And then for you, there's that feeling that comes to you like it was worth it. Yeah, it was worth it. That feeling, you get that feeling.
Fulfillment.
Yes, that's the personal one, and then they come with the how.
Yeah, now you have to explain it. Blah blah blah. But they don't know you were just putting in work. But then I wanted to talking about the Avengers. I had that plus the influence of social media. They say like the way they market it, before it was dropped, it actually broke. Like it's like one of the biggest movies like to be out. They with tickets they sold 1.2 billion tickets within a week. And in America only, Marvel, like, they managed to make like 250 million. Imagine.
Just
like,
on Friday.
Just on Friday.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it's social media, like, yo,
Yeah,
it's so powerful, bro. Like,
that's true. And the one thing about the Avengers, because I went to see it on Friday as well. So what I realized, I have so much respect, because I look at it. There's Game of Thrones, and then there's Avengers. That was just too much entertainment in 3 days to handle. That was too much. But oh well. I look at those things because you know what I see when I watch Avengers or Game of Thrones. I don't actually look at
action, blah, blah.
to be happy. Yes, I'm actually drawn into the efforts, the art, the work those people put in to actually get that thing out. So when I go there, I'm going there to actually appreciate and say thank you to those people who have come up with this thing, because that is work. If there's one thing that people don't see, it's the behind the scenes. No one knows that. Just for example, going in my Instagram right now, it's just nice pictures. Oh, wow. You don't know what goes behind that.
Blah, blah,
You don't know the photographers who are frustrated. You don't know the roads we travel to actually get those. You don't know the brands who've been screwing us as well. Because it's not a smooth road. You need to know that. There are people who fucked us over the road. There are times when they couldn't shoot those movies because of some reason. Someone was sick. Someone literally broke an ankle whatsoever. And people started to bring those graphics. So when I see art more than the movie. Then I got it, and when it's done, I'm like, wow. Those people had this vision. And they brought it out. Now we're all witnessing. This is amazing. Wow. Because we don't see that. We go in the streets, we don't see any of people doing those amazing things.
But like, they're making it our reality.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's inspiration. It's a source of inspiration. Like, I watched Game of Thrones, like, when that little girl killed the Night King, I was like, wow. Who would have thought a little girl, Aya, would kill the Night King in that thing? So you get the vision of those people, how they brought it up. Like, I just see work, wow. They brought it to life. This is amazing work.
But like, you know, I was criticized before, like, doing that. Like, they took it. Because, I mean, you know, watching a movie, I'll be like, oh, okay, I wonder how much they spend, you know. Like, getting that. Like, I overthink and just try to analyze, then just enjoying the movie. But like, I was
you can do that after the movie. You can analyze all of that after, not when it's happening.
After, you know, now I mean, like, when I watch a movie, like, already, just like, because now I feel like movies like are the same, you know, because like you can predict once you halfway in the movie, you can, if you know a story, you can tell what's gonna happen. So most of the time I don't even finish a movie, you know. I watch a movie and just like be like, okay, how much did they spend? Like I like what you saying, like the depth on it. You could see, that one person that wrote that, the whole thing, like the movie writers, is like, oh damn, you know. I just like imagine about those things. I don't really like enjoy a movie like that. Like, and I was criticized before, and like someone told me, you go to you need to actually enjoy a movie once in your life. Like,
yeah, it's just like we could put a painting here, like a Pablo smiling. What does that tell you? It's the same thing with coffee. When you drink coffee and you think you can just pour sugar and drink it because it's hot. That you don't understand. Like, you don't understand. So you need understanding for you to appreciate those things. You need to be taught. Like the reason I love coffee actually. So
my homie is listening right now, and like he specializes in coffee.
Yeah, so people tend to think coffee is something you drink because it's cold, and they wonder why white people drink coffee when it's hot. No, that's not what coffee is about. It's not about being hot or not. Coffee is a bean, and it's really amazing. You don't have to put sugar in it to actually enjoy it. For you to know the beans and actually feel everything, you need to learn. I was taught, for me to actually understand coffee, I had to go through a training by Leroy, who owns a coffee shop.
I know Leroy.
Yes, Home of the Bean. Yes. We went to all literally amazing coffee shops, tasting all of them, like actually documenting that on our own with him. That's when you can actually understand. So for you to do those things in those movies, it's not justice, man. You're robbing those people.
Yeah.
But oh well, you will, if you learn about it, you appreciate it more.
Yeah.
In a sense. It's just like a song. Someone doesn't get a beat. They just waiting for that one part. Try to understand the whole message and think
thing.
what brought this person to this.
Just like as you said, being woke is depressing sometimes. Like sometimes you're in a situation but you're not even there, you know.
Yeah, it's
You
only
just,
you who sees it.
yeah, it's like okay, and then everyone just comes with you with their
But that's
feelings and
good.
their thoughts
That's
and
good. You have to be the only person who sees that thing
The vision.
sometimes, yeah. And hear the word. Like sometimes you're gonna be the only person who had something meaningful that brought you to life in one song. For example, Kids See Ghosts, Kanye and Kid Cudi. You know that album is so spiritual, literally.
Yeah.
I
Like you
know.
feel something.
What it
yeah,
is, you wanna cry when you listen to Cudi Montage Reborn. It makes you woke. You connect with your spirit. Like wow,
And like
I've been this depressed.
Kanye, talking about Kanye.
Yes,
like,
I've been this low. Now I'm actually going up. I'm being reborn. You get what I'm saying? You feel those, you connect to those artists in that sense. So it makes you appreciate the art. Because if they were just talking about those things casually, you would miss the message. You wouldn't hear it.
And talking about Kanye, like you know when he dropped that, like that's when I saw Kanye is a genius. You know what he did?
Yeah.
He took Pusha T. They went like for an he told Pusha T, we're gonna work on your album. Let's just go for a vacation.
Yes.
So like they say like they went like very far, you know. So when he got there, he worked on Tiana Taylor's album,
Yes.
which is 7 songs inside.
I remember I was dropping every week like that.
And all the
Yeah.
projects at 7 songs. I was like, I don't know what was the message behind the 7-song thingy, but like what he did, they said like within like a space of like 3 months, he covered that. He even produced Nas's album, the beats there. He made those beats.
So he made all of that like
I was like, damn.
week. Every week was dropping an album.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Damn. So the only person that didn't fit, it was Big Sean. I wonder what's happening with Big Sean. You know, he hasn't been dropping quite so long. And,
Probably he's working
Ariana
on a
Grande.
15-track album. Who knows?
or 22, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, yeah, it's all fashion. It's
And
all
he
the.
broke boundaries with that. I feel like every person should aspire to do that. Something no one has ever done like he did.
Who Kanye?
Yeah, when he dropped those, that was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
I mean, the
yeah.
amount of work he put in there.
Man, like all the
Insane.
energy, you know.
And now he's doing the Sunday service nowadays.
Yeah, did you see how Coachella was?
Sure.
That was insane.
Sure, but people were touched about like the clothes expensive, but what he's doing is on another level. Was he did the first one, did the second one, people were like, okay, he's doing the thing, you know, he's
Yeah.
on the piano, and then seeing people with white clothes, and they were like, okay, what the hell is happening? You see North, West, shout out Mafike, man.
No, there was an interview. There was an interview. Kanye and Charlamagne the God,
Yeah,
where Charlamagne was saying to Kanye, why don't you just focus on music?
yeah.
And Kanye took a stand. It was like, if I can decide today, I'm not gonna do music. That would be it. No one can tell me what to do. I wanna do fashion, and that's what I'm gonna do. And he managed to take fashion and put it in music. Now he does this Sunday service. He's still selling his clothes. He has everything. That guy has done everything he said he was gonna do. If you go back,
Yeah.
Hitler.
On his songs,
Yes.
the dropout, the college dropout.
he did.
Yeah.
Like everyone with all the noise around him, he still went and did it. When they said don't do Yeezys, he did Yeezy, and he sold. He made a billion. Like it's a billion. Like
But
it's
he
worth
lost
a billion,
money.
that company.
He lost money. He said he lost
His
money.
own, yes, he lost. That's why he needed Adidas to actually back him up. And then with that, that's when he created. That's where he made it to be a billionaire. I mean, worth $1 billion. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember. There was a time where Adidas was like the most sold brand after when he dropped Yeezy.
I remember Yeezys and the cakes when they came out.
Yeah.
And you know, reflecting on that vibe in terms of like funding and all of that, because as we speak about the Kardashian vibe, like they're from Armenia, you know, and they keep the money amongst themselves, like.
Yeah.
And for us, Vele, as young creatives, black creatives, like it's hard for us to get funding for us to do all these, because the brother was speaking about the media. How do we get it out there? But obviously someone can complain, oh no, we're not supporting ourselves, but we are supporting ourselves. Just the thing is that the media is not getting to the right people. And I just want to know, on your side, have you started doing things in the hood to assist regarding to help the up and coming cats, and also like the money situation, like how are we any solutions that we can come up with, especially considering like when you go to Vilagazi Street, you wouldn't say black people are poor.
Yeah,
you would say like we're very affluent. So, what can you say about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
So I think like the best thing you can do, or we can do as black people, we have to work together. Like we have to come together somehow. It's very important that we have to come together. By that, I mean, I'm going to make an example. There's 5 guys who actually started building a company. You know what they did? They sent 2 guys. They're like, okay, you guys are going to start this company. The 3, they went to jobs and actually worked for other companies. And they funded those 2 guys who were building the business from scratch. So you see what's happening now. It's 5 people. They have one vision. They're working together. 3 are out at work, working to fund this business that these 2 are building from scratch, like bringing it up so that it has shape and then it's workable. So we need to get to that level. For example, I was in my classes Latuma studio early this year. We were doing a short campaign. It was me, Latuma, and Scoop Makatini, then there was Warren Masimon.
Shout out.
And then we're doing a sub campaign of my course.
Yeah.
So what I saw when I went there, everything he had in his studio, he had the machines. He was from the curtain, like the curtain. He was designing everything from one building. Like the pattern, he would draw it here, put it in the laptop here, and then the machine that makes the material, it's here. And then the people who are actually shaping the material to a t-shirt or whatever, they're here, all in one house, like that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? There's everything here. So this is what he did. He went with Black Coffee and Nelson. Now what did they do? They left that building where his studio was, and they bought a flat in Joburg, a building in Joburg. Now his studio is in that place. Everything is there. So it took Black Coffee, Nelson, and Aladuma to buy that building. They had to come together. They had to work together for them to realize that. Yes. Now they own the building. Now they can bring the kids that they wanted to teach music, art, and fashion in that building.
Some powerhouse thing, yeah.
Yes, for us as black people, it doesn't matter how small we start.
Yeah.
But find the right people, because that's the only way it works.
Yeah.
You have to find the right people who have the same vision, goals with you, and actually see the future before. You have to see it before it's even up from the dust, because that's the only way you're gonna get it done. Like you have to see a clear vision. You need to see it at the highest level when it's done. Okay, that's the level you want it to reach, because that's the only way you're gonna stick to it until you get there. But you can't do it alone. So get people who have the same vision with you, and then get it coming.
And like
When I started, for example, when I started, I was with Lizwe and Viva. What I am today, it's through them, because we were all worked into this. When we started Project Inflamed, they were all there. We'd pop 200 to pay a photographer who tells us I went to school for photography, and then he would shoot pictures for us, and then we still pay that person because we said we were gonna pay him.
Yeah.
And I didn't have 1,000 back then to pay that, but we all chipped in 200 to see that vision come out. And then before we knew it, we were all over South Africa, like 250 stores in windows of Markham. Cause of that, where we started. Not because it came out of nowhere. We started somewhere small, together, because you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
Find the people. There's someone who's looking for what you have somewhere, and that person is looking for you too. So go find one another and build.
And tell me about Project Inflame regarding like the vision and the notable people that you've collaborated with.
So, okay, Project Inflame basically it's a digital creation media platform in a sense.
Yeah.
What we do, we get companies like your Malcolm, Okaki, like most of the local and international coming to us to create content for their campaigns and everything for them.
Yeah.
So we do those campaigns, be it photography or videos, we create that for them. It might not be us at some time in front of their work, but we created the work.
Okay.
So we source models to create for them and they pay for all of that. That's how it works. But when it started, because you need to pivot, when it started it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was just us actually trying to influence the culture and fashion. Because I remember when we were at UJ, we used to dress like you wouldn't miss us, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
We walked in the campus, you'd know we're here. We out, you'd know we're out.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Sure.
through what we were wearing.
Yeah.
Because we loved it and we felt it so good. Like, when we rocked those outfits and went to UJ, we felt like, yeah, we were working at the God level.
Mm.
And we knew then that we needed to do something with it. That's how we started. And after that, you know, Denim Obsessions was born. Denim Obsessions is an event that we normally have in Melbourne. So we get everyone to dress in denim and they come into one space.
Yeah.
We get all the denim creatives, they come into one space. And they show us what they do. So the ones who actually customize, they would put pockets there and there. There's ones who actually draw in a denim. And there's denim exchange, there's all of that.
Like a WhatsApp or so.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've worked with the WhatsApp on the same thing.
Yeah.
Denim Obsessions. WhatsApp will come far.
Sure.
We, like when he started, we were all starting together.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? The last Denim Obsessions actually was at Victoria Yards with him. WhatsApp. We collaborated. That was last year. And the new one is coming. And then we did out of Project Inflamed, we brought Suitable Sundays. Suitable Sundays, where we collaborated with Brian Lehang, who was running it. So what we do, we get guys and girls who dress in suits. The last one we collaborated with TM Lewin, which was from UK,
Yeah.
and then Starbucks, which was in Rosebank. It was held there. That was the holding place.
Yeah.
It was insane. You get what I'm saying? So we get those friends to come and tell us about their heritage, teach us. We
Yeah.
learn from their stories. We grow. So from what it started as us just taking pictures, it grew to all those maximum, literally, you know, divisions now that we also trying to push merchandise under it.
Mm.
So you grow with people, not alone.
And then like in the art space, because you know, as I can see so many creatives they're getting a lot of plugs nowadays. Like where to from now regarding, because Happy also having the election next week and so and you know, people might say, you know what, like the art space is not but most of the like and I wanted to ask, like, what do you think, us as the youth, what are we supposed to think about going into the election next week, rather than saying, oh no, Afana, my word is not important, but like what's the thing you're supposed to think about when you go into the ballot box? Are you voting for nice streets, or are you voting for the thing that I'm doing? Can I be assisted with?
It's actually hard for me to comment on
Yeah.
politics, because politics, they don't do much for people.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not. I mean, you go to every board that's in the street now, right now.
Mm.
What are they saying? Vote for this party,
Change.
will give you jobs. Where are the jobs gonna come from?
Yeah.
Where? So people should be thinking about the guys who are in the ground. Those are the guys who are gonna give us jobs.
Yeah.
The ones who are bringing companies, starting companies, like those entrepreneurs who are building something small for themselves.
Like
Those are the
official major
people-
world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are the
we-
people we should as young people be supporting, because that's where our jobs are going to come, not
Yeah,
from the government.
yeah,
They're trying to
yeah.
cut jobs. Every company, huge company, is shutting down because technology has taken over at some point. So the jobs that they promise, they're not going to come from those companies. They're coming from those entrepreneurs that they're neglecting. The government is neglecting.
Yeah.
So vote for whoever you want to vote, support for whoever you want to support. However, the people who are going to help you or you're going to build with are down here. Think
Oh my
of them
God.
after you have supported whoever you want to support in that.
And then context. Like, I don't know, who do you blame? Do do you judge the people for not seeing, or you judge the government? Because like now, as we were speaking earlier on, we got to a conclusion that everything goes back to one person. You know what you want for your life. Then again, you talked about there's power in unity, working together as as a group. Like now, the people are, okay, I'm gonna vote for ANC because ANC wrote that I'm gonna give you jobs. But then, as you
Zuma, like giving their kids and all of that.
yeah.
So honestly speaking, a person should focus on himself.
Yeah.
Like, grow yourself wherever you are.
Yeah. Stop pointing fingers.
If they come at you, they'll let them find you working, having built something. If the government comes to you, if they ever will, even if they don't, you will still have built it.
Yeah.
You would have something.
Yeah.
So if they're gonna come to, let them find you working, having built something out of nothing. Elections, they always come and go, bro, and nothing changes after.
It's a phase. Just that now, before it was like just a thing of like selecting a leader, someone who's gonna rule the people. But like now, because of anything that's put in more time in it, it grows like unbelievably. This is what happened to politics, church, and school. Like it was just a small concept. It became people's realities. Because like now, if umuntu osekhaya, if akakhuluma ngephakathi ukhuluma nge-Chiefs, if akakhuluma nge-Chiefs ukhuluma nge-ANC, if akakhuluma nge-ANC ukhuluma ngomfundisi wakhe. Like they distracted us in so many ways, in so many levels. Like people, they believe Guti, yo, without politics I'm nothing. It's like saying Guti, if I'm leaving my job I'm gonna die. And it's not like that. It's just that you believe so much that your job is anything to you, and like you just have to. But like, I want to know, Guti, how long did it take? Like your process, like the process of everything. I'm like, I know like it's not necessarily putting time frame on your but like how long did it take? Like from collecting 200s, from keeping the team motivated, because like with time people tend to lose the vision that you have, because like they be like, nah, it's not working.
The test of time.
Yeah.
Time is the most important thing. It tests everyone.
Yeah.
I look at Ricky Rick right now. He's a rapper turned into an influencer.
Oh, and that's Steve.
Why is that? Now, he was struggling between the love of music and fashion. And now, he sees that he's not as relevant as he thought he would be in rap. He's trying to go into the fashion thing. That's why you don't miss him in fashion shows lately or whatsoever. He's trying to tap into what he's seen the influencers are doing, which is great somehow. I am a content creator in every aspect. I'm not an influencer. No, I don't create my work for people to come and clap. No, I create it so that it can leave and satisfy the person who's actually paying for it, and do what it's supposed to do. Live forever, not for yesterday. If you see my pictures in 5 years from now, they still have to be relevant. The fashion in it still has to be relevant. It has to be long lasting. It's quality. I take that very serious. Quality, like, yo, I might have the nicest picture laughing, but if it's blurry, I'm not using it. It's not worth it. I'll use it in a story so that it's out in 24 hours. That's as long as I can tolerate 24 hours. It can stay there. Then it's gone. If it ain't quality, there's nothing I'm obsessed about more than quality. If you're gonna drop something, let it be the highest of quality, and it has to speak to me. The smallest things I do, the poster, you gave me quality last time I came to you.
Gonna come back.
Why would I not come back to you? And why would I not recommend you? I don't have sizes tomorrow, next week another excuse. That's it.
Man.
Or I didn't have time, so I just did this little. It's not of the highest quality, but you'll see what you're gonna do. No, you can't have that if you're actually trying to build.
You
need to stress that. You need to. It's the little things you need to stress it. No one wants to do that, but if they didn't have to come to ask me if I'm a minimalist or whatsoever. They saw what I'm about, and then they took it out. They did it exactly how I would want it without telling them. And then they customized it. They wrote the Great Dutch, shipped it. It was at my door, out of nowhere. Jameson from the Dublin Island.
Yeah.
They took products. They wrote my names on it. I woke up. The DHL was on my door. Straight from Ireland.
Yeah.
Customized. It speaks to me. It has a message. From the things I post, they took messages from the things I post on Instagram, the things I write on my captions, and put it there. Say, we agree with this. We agree that it takes courage for you to live your life, and actually it takes courage to be successful. We agree with you on those terms.
Yeah.
I have their product. I have all those things written my name. What are they saying? They're trying to connect with me. They're trying to show me that they see me, they care about me. What does that do? It makes me want to connect with this brand and be loyal to it. So they're not just trying to make their customers happy. They're trying to amaze them. And then those people you amaze, you will keep.
So how long did it take?
I started like 6 years.
6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years. We started Project Inflame 6 years ago. At first, it was me and Lizwe, my brother. What we did, we went to buy beats. Then what we did, we created bracelets. Then we put them at Macron Main and Marbonne. We sold it in a crate. It was very small. And then it never stopped growing since that crate. From ideas, bouncing, failures, wins, all of that. It never stops.
I'm gonna need a tissue, man. I'm gonna cry, man.
I was about to say, let's clap hands. I don't know, like maybe the situation.
It's amazing, man. It was like I get same guy see until and like I know the school that you're attending, like Matsike until and. It's one of those schools I covered the so kasi whereby like sneaking Wednesday school is like 11 and like the kids like they grow up with that environment and they think how very like that's cool and that's the norm. Only to find out how like all you just have to do is just to take time and know self, and then the next thing you gravitate towards what you do, what you want to do. But it's like Lina, before we get there, we got the show. I remember I used to go to the hotspots in the hood, and I'll be researching other podcasts, other radio shows, and then only to find out how the thing is that the time factor, because sometimes the time factor us as young people affects us in terms of like, oh, or I'm getting older, like I'm 23, I'm 25, I'm 27, and we say no, by 27 I should have been married, I should have had a car by now, but only to find out how low. Like us as young people, we need to teach ourselves patience. Patience would also teach you how in that process you're not thinking how like, oh, I'm working too hard. Instead you're thinking about like every step, be it it's a fail out, it's a positive. Like it's helped me to get to where I'm supposed to get to. Because if I was supposed to ask you and say, have you arrived? You're going to say no.
I haven't started. I haven't even scratched the surface yet.
Sure.
But like adding on what you're saying, you know, like young kids like being patient and knowing that it's like people should understand what's it. The reason why they say you must do what you love is because of when you do what you love, despite if you're getting money tomorrow, you're getting like you're gonna wake up loving what you do. So that helps you to carry on doing whatever you want to do, you know. And again, redefining success, because now a lot of people think with success is having a big house, it's what. Success, it's a progressive realization of a worthy idea. So even if today you say you want to be a fashion, you want to make music, for the fact that yesterday you didn't have a beat, today you have a beat, that's success. So you should look at those things, the small things that, okay, yesterday we didn't have the great Dutch, today like he's here, I'm like, official major world is going somewhere, you know, we're not, that's success, like we're succeeding, you know.
It's small steps, brother. And you know, with the age thing that you're saying at 25, probably you thought you would be married and all of that.
Yeah.
Guys, I feel like people need to sit and understand, look around, everything has changed.
Yeah.
When we grew up, what happened? Your father would go to work for that guy, whoever he works for.
John.
Your mom would raise kids, right? Your mom would raise kids.
Yeah.
And that was it. Father goes to job, he comes back with the money. Then the mother raised the kids. That was it. That's the best they could do. You probably have more dreams, bigger than they could have ever imagined on themselves. So you need to be focused on that other than actually thinking good. It has changed. Nowadays, you don't know what a woman wants. You know why? Because she can actually wake up and go. She can wake up, get money for herself, get paid more than you. You end up as a man knowing what to offer her. We're at that level right now. And it goes back to actually finding who you are. Because when you know who you are, then everything makes sense. No one can tell you. And it's all quality. I feel like I need to stress the quality thing more than anything. I remember Uvaz, do you know Uvaz? There's also Uvaz who I'm working with, collaborating with. He works for Cinema Twins representative. No, he met me. We met at Marboning. It was probably New Year's, yes.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve, the last day. And then he saw my work. He came back like January, a few weeks after. He was like, you know what? Having worked at Selima Twinsie, I've been in all of those high and low, highest quality places, environment, met all those people. However, I still looked at your work and I was like, fuck, how the fuck does he do this? How can I get my craft to his level? Why did he say it's quality? He saw quality in me. And that's the thing I'm stressing most.
And mostly to black people, because black people don't like. I'm not bashing black people. I'm a black person, but like the black people thing is, they think good quantity sells. It's quality. Like you need to invest more time in your product than just doing something just to sell it. Why? Inga said no. You know.
Finishing, yes, quality. If you work by Inga's bag, Inga sells bags at. I'm sure you know Inga. He started a business called Indalo by Inga, where he used to use Amma bag. He did bags with Amma Blanc, then he changed that. Now it's Inga Atelier.
Yeah.
He's at Hyde Park.
Yeah. Is it the guy that started in Joburg? I think. Or in Maboning. Yeah. Something like. Okay, finish it.
He started in Cape Town, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
If you pass by Inga's store at Hyde Park right now, there's no way you would think it's a local brand because of the quality and the finishing. Not that we don't respect local brands, but he's just showing you the type of quality that you should be concerned when you're creating something. And his is of the highest level. There is no difference between a Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Inga's bag. With creativity and quality at the same time. He holds the highest standard of that. And that's what you want to get at this radio station. It should breed quality. Every time people are tuning here, they want to listen, they should actually find something that gives them something of quality. Yes. Be it the message, be it a lesson, be it anything. Be it these mics, let them have the clear sound, like give them, we just quality.
Real talk, man. Real talk. Beautifulity, amazingness, happiness, like vibrations on fleek, man. Like what's the things that it's getting recorded show and all of that.
But can we go on like the last hour maybe? Thank you.
But anything, but like anything on the come up on your side, brother man.
Okay, at this point, I'm only just doing a diesel campaign. I'm working with diesel and I see different you. Then there's Anthony Morato, and then I'm in talks with another company that's gonna be helping brands to pay better. It's based in Cape Town.
Okay.
And then there's more coming from the Jameson side as well. It just doesn't stop. And also, this is important. There's work you do for people. There's work that you do for yourself. And we need to do more work. We need to do more of the work we do for ourselves. Because that's when we create at the best. And that's when we actually bring things to life. There's going to be brands that's going to come and actually want to work with you guys. Make sure you also get your point across. Your work before theirs only. It's something I fight for. If a brand comes to me, you're not going to at this point, I can't just be a face and I'm short and then someone comes, takes a picture of me wearing that clothes and they're gone. I can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that with me. You cannot. I want the whole creative platform. I need to do it myself. And you have to pay for all of that. Let my work come out, not what you just want out of me.
A true reflection of you.
Yes, it's important. That's why I cannot work with brands I don't like. For example, I don't wear All Stars. Why? It's a nice brand, but it's not me.
Done. Okay, sorry.
So it's important that I get my work out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like very like this your like that could be your fashion no like minus 10 points very like All Stars.
No, like
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give it 10. No, I'll give it 10. It's an amazing brand, highest quality. It just doesn't speak to me. I don't like Chucks. I used to wear them when it was still.
Yeah.
There was a time when my
Campus.
brothers, we share one All-Star. Probably that's why I don't even like it. Depending on who's going where, like he had to wear that one.
Yeah.
Because it was new. It was the only new shoe we had. So I don't wear them. Even my style doesn't fit an All-Star. I don't see myself wearing one.
Goodman Swag always on fleek. Shout out. So how can people hit you up on social media platforms, brother?
Oh, on Instagram it's The Great Dutch, and
Yeah.
then Facebook Project Inflamed, and mostly I only respond to emails more than DMs.
Sure.
I don't even look at DMs because it's just a lot of things. People who are serious, guys, email people.
Yeah.
If you're actually serious about
Yeah.
doing some work or saying emails, that's where we'll find you. And my emails are attached to my social media.
But then
accounts.
I had a problem.
An issue that it actually deleted everything we had. So we're still trying to build that up. So it will be out just soon.
Okay, you had it from The Great Dutch. You had it from your boy 11 dot alone A11 Bafetsu. For me Bafetsu, I don't have much to say, you know, like all I can do is just like take this energy that I got from my fellow brother here and just like digest it and like Bafetsu, next week same time same place. It's all from me. D-boy, my brother. Man,
Mashigisha, the truth Mashigisha, man. For the young people, man of amazing, man. D-boy Mashigisha, hit me up on Facebook and Instagram. And then hit me up on SoundCloud and Tanga. If you want to bump with Mashigisha, man. Bump with Mashigisha, man. Official Major World, man. You can hit us up on YouTube, man. Get really content kofela, be it the podcast, man. Be it even the live events, be it even the wonderful things that we do. Hashtag Mappa Sundays. We coming back, man, this Sunday. And like you wanna hit us up, Facebook, Instagram, go Twitter and Tanga. Get the hashtag. So Facebook official Major World with no spaces. Twitter's official Major W1, and then Instagram is official.majorworld, man. Don't get it twisted, man. It's a passion pushing experience, man. Every Monday between 3 and 5 o'clock. Podcast studios, man. Hello, what up, man? Shout out also to the official Major World team for pulling through. The Great Dutch, man. Shout out for him for pulling through, man.
Shout out.
Mr. 11, man. Anything you want to say?
Hey, Wafetsu, thank you. Wafetsu, thank you for tuning in. And if you didn't catch us, you know what to do. You'll check the podcast on SoundCloud, on Spotify, YouTube, Vele. And then next week same time, same place. Wafetsu, it's all blessings from us. The Great Dutch, you want to say something before we leave, you know?
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. Bless Wafetsu. We out.